What's going on, guys? So if you've worked a night shift, you know that finding a routine that matches the night shift lifestyle can be a little bit of a headache. And in this video, I'm gonna explain, first of all, why it's so challenging and how we've been able to help a bunch of our night shift nurses figure this thing out and get onto a more even keel. Because what we hear is many night shift nurses always struggle with consistency. Like, what do I eat? What do I do? They're snacking. I'll break it all down, and I'm gonna break down really the two biggest things that we have done to help nurses be able to get consistent easily, to start seeing great results over night shift despite all the chaos going on, okay? Now, I'll also link some resources down below. So our shift survival guide, if you have not gotten that, we just updated that just a bit. So there's new stuff in there. If you don't have it yet, make sure to grab it down below. So I'll leave the comment underneath. Also, guys, I got a haircut, so cute Justin's back, and we're not gonna be, it's kind of funny because everyone in the Facebooks, the posts I was making, oh, ew, like you look gross. I'm like, whatever. So I did that. I donated the hair and all good. So we're going to have short hair Justin for the foreseeable future. So thank you guys for teasing me so much into, well, whatever, I did it for donation, but that's an aside. So anyway, what we're gonna talk about today is gonna be the night shift. And this is essentially a mock calendar that I typically see with our night shift nurses because it has been a ton of transformations, and it seems like a ton of nurses are on nights right now. If they're not fully nights, they're at least like flip-flopping or taking some night shifts. So here's what this is. We have 7A, we have 7P, and what this is kind of showing us is a nurse working back-to-back nights and then doing another one on Friday. So here we have 7P on Tuesday, working until 7A on Wednesday, probably sleeping at some point in here, repeating it on Wednesday night, off on Thursday, time off, and then again Friday into Saturday, okay? So there are really gonna be three problems that really are the biggest pain points that night shift nurses come to us with. First of all, it's gonna be the actual duration of the shift. And even if you're not on nights, you know that a 12-hour shift is not that easy to do. It's a long one. There's eating, we're on our feet, all sorts of stuff like that. And what I've heard from our night shift nurses is there's less hustle and bustle, there's no management, there's no families. The only real difference with night shift is many times we're eating for boredom, we're eating to stay awake, we're surviving off the vending machine, the cafeteria isn't open, we can't really DoorDash something. So there's a little bit of a unique scenario as far as the shifts are concerned, and night shift nurses don't have access to everything that the day shift nurses do. The second thing that we see for many people that are doing things like V-Shred, or they're doing group classes or MyFitnessPal, many times a lot of these programs are just considering like, hey, this is Tuesday, this is Wednesday, this is Thursday. The issue is for you guys, when we have a thing like 7P and all of a sudden midnight hits, Tuesday goes into Wednesday. So you guys have this challenge of like, all right, well, what do I consider this? Because if you really get into a thing like MyFitnessPal, you're gonna be eating food from midnight to 7 a.m. You probably have a dinner or whatever you guys call it right here, sleeping, and then all of a sudden our Wednesday is like, oh my goodness, I've had like 10,000 meals. So that's another challenge. And I will say one of the bigger things here is gonna be this, this little flip, I shouldn't call it flip-flopping, but many nurses with kids and with busy schedules and social lives, they'll try to pull an interesting move here where they'll either fight through the entire day to take kids to soccer, to go grocery shopping, to kind of be normal for a second. And then all of a sudden we kind of are in the same situation where I like stayed up so long, I'm gonna fight it until 5, I'm gonna sleep for 12 hours, and then stay up as long as I can and kind of do a bender until I can get through everything on Saturday. So we have this little bit of flip-flopping. In that transition, it's the exact same problem. It's a very long period of time, and that can cause a lot of nurses a lot of issues with finding programs that fit their lifestyle. So when it comes to us and how we've transformed a lot of nurses and help getting them an approach that actually makes sense, there are really two things that we like to look at to make everything super, super simple. Because the easier the entire thing is, the more it's gonna last, and I'll kind of break it all down. So what I like to do, and what a lot of nurses have given them a lot of clarity, is simply treat each waking period as your day. So what a day would be on Tuesday is, let's just say we wake up around this time and my marker's dead, but let's just say the day actually starts from Tuesday we start at 7 p, our date would essentially end after this Wednesday. So when you go to bed, that's gonna be considered a day. Now, within that, you wanna make sure you're getting the right nutrition, because really nutrition is 90% of it. Obviously fitness is super important too, but that's kind of a video for a different day. The thing here is that your body is going to respond based on what it gets the most consistently. So if I eat nights, it doesn't really matter if I'm getting the right levels of protein, if I'm getting the right types of fats, if I'm getting all of these things correct, you can still burn plenty of body fat when you're on night shift. The issue is a lot of these conventional programs don't understand that when you're having a Wednesday like this, you're gonna have probably 8 meals this day, and you're gonna have so many calories and everything's all out of whack, and it's not gonna look good. Many people just don't understand what the night shift nurses go through. So we treat each waking period as your own day, and as long as we're checking a couple of boxes on that shift, that's gonna be the biggest and easiest way to make results happen. And it's the same thing here. And again, this is gonna vary person to person. I've seen nurses like stay up for 24 hours, fight through a shift, and then sleep for 16 hours before doing it again. This is kind of when it's gonna vary person to person, but as long as we're getting consistently the right stuff in our body, it really doesn't matter when we eat. Bread is not gonna turn evil after 9. Even many nurses also mention this. It's like, oh, Justin, I eat and I go to bed. It's like, guys, you don't have a choice. Like, you're gonna have to be doing these sort of things. But as long as we're consistently getting the right stuff in our bodies, we're gonna be in a spot to burn off the body fat, have a routine that actually makes sense for our nurse lifestyle, and be in a really good position to make a transformation and not get stopped by these night shifts, okay? So that's kind of a high level overview. If you guys are interested in more of this, we have our shift survival guide, so I'll link that down below. If you haven't gotten that, grab access, because what it can do, it can help you show you the snacks that our nurses are using to make these crazy transformations and fill in the right foods, because on long shifts, even having things like popcorn instead of almonds, having cheese sticks instead of bananas, there are little things like that that are portable, easy, effective, are gonna bump up a lot of the foods that we need, but also really match what you guys have going on here. And you know, I know nurses are very social, so it's like the best drink. I mean, we've had nurses that get off of a night shift and then they'll go get margaritas at like 8 in the morning. I mean, you guys are just crazy. I love it. So anyway, there's all sorts of that stuff on the guide. I hope this helps. I'm going to start making a bit more videos like this just to show you guys a bit more of what we see, because I know that people struggle with this. But anyway, I'll wrap it up. Get the shift survival guide down below in the comments or wherever. And I think that'll be it, guys. If you have more questions like this or more challenges, let me know, because we know the shift nurse lifestyle quite a bit. And I think the rest of this month we'll do more of these videos just on the shifts. Coming June, we're gonna focus like heavily on metabolism. So that'll be it, guys. If you have questions, if you have other stuff you struggle with that would make a good video for everyone else, leave that down below. Grab your copy to the Shift Survival Guide, and I will see everyone in the next video.